Hello everybody and welcome to something like super different for my channel. I've been playing a little bit of Spellweaver off camera, and I actually was given a big old bunch of packs from the developers, the Spellweaver team. They were nice enough to give me enough stuff to buy 60 packs. I already accidentally opened my first one, but I haven't flipped over the cards, but I figured, if I'm gonna open these anyways and figure out what the hell this game has to offer, I might as well figure it out with you guys. I don't know, and I actually, they were like extremely extra nice, and gave me 10 codes to give away for a whole bunch of stuff for the game too. I'll talk about that at the end of the video though. But I'm just gonna open this stuff up and I'll comment on the artwork and stuff because, I don't know, it seems like fun. I know people do this and I know people are looking for it, and I know that there's not too many people who have opened packs for this game yet. It's fairly kind of new, so we'll figure out what everything is. Oh, cool. There's a little thing that says your first copy when you open something. That's a nice little quality of life feature. Well, our first card is Call of... Oh no. Jalaya. Call of Jalaya. Search your deck for a nature creature. I'm not going to read all of them. But yeah, search your deck for a nature creature card with 2 or less and put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck. That seems pretty cool. Search your deck. Okay. That seems really quite good for a 1 mana kind of, like a really, really cheap card. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to read them all, but that was our first card. Oop, dang it. It's too special to not read. Undead Hydra, I played that. Let's see, is there a way to tell the quality of these cards? Oh yeah, and right here, it's really kind of hard to see, but, oh, there we go. That's golden. I think these ones are common because they're all silver and one. Let's just flip them all over and see if there's anything cool. I think these are all really pretty common cards. And I don't want to spend too long. I'm going to be here all day if I take this long per pack. Oh my god. That would take hours. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, there's nothing like super big and special here. I'll comment on all of the more rare ones, or the ones that just have really cool art. I kind of like this guy. He's like, it's like, like you just ran up to him, you caught him, and his arm is melting off, and he thinks that you did it. It's like, are you kidding me? Alright. Open next pack. Yeah, I'm gonna flip them off. First copy. Oh, look at that, though. Gain 2 life for each of your order levels. Draw a card. I don't know, that sounds fairly cool. Nothing rare. All of this stuff seems like really, really simple cards. Kind of like this. Oh, it's a girl. Kind of like her. She's drawing some little art in the air. I mean, I know it's like shields or whatever, but... Alright. Also, I mean, it'll be really exciting. I got her again! Oh, I love this guy. Okay. Yeah, the Undead Hydra, I like it. I use it. It's a basic card, but it seems pretty beefy. It's got trample and, I don't know, it withers over time. Oh, look at this Tiger Rider, too. The tiger looks like almost a little too human in the face. Swift, can attack right away, 3/3. Pretty cool. Once again, nothing rare. Except for this guy. I have a whole bunch of these. I actually have a deck sort of centered around this. This is a very good card, I think. It costs 2 mana, and then from there on, you can cast or spend 2 mana to look for like a buff card in your deck. But the cool thing is your buff cards can cost more than 2 mana, so you can, I don't know, some pretty good value, I think. And then you put it on this guy. He's like, whenever he gets that enchantment on him, draw a card, move him to the front line. It's a really good combo. That's kind of like, I have a deck that's pretty focused around that. Oh my goodness, I'm so not used to this format. Oh, it's a hero. So heroes are kind of what decks are centered around. You play as a hero, and they get a free spell that they can play. And I don't know what this is. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may put an angel card from them onto the field. The rest will be shuffled to the bottom of your deck. So it's a kind of expensive spell. You can't play it till later, but that seems really quite good. Strictly because of the fact that you may put it onto the field. It's just, so if you can manage to find an angel card on your top 4, that seems like an awesome value. I'm not gonna click as fast. Alright, Totem of Legend. Nah. Nothing big fancy. I don't even know, like, what the... I don't know what, like, the metagame is or anything, but holy crap, I have all of these cards, I guess. That must mean that there's a lot of basic cards here. Storm Fairy. Whenever it enters the field, return up to one creature to its owner's hand. I'm kind of just gonna, like, pick a couple random ones to talk about whenever we open it up. Probably ones that I haven't had in a video before. Whenever you declare your attack, ready an enemy creature. It loses all powers and attacks the enemy hero if able. What? Whenever you declare an attack, it makes one of their enemies attack you, but it loses all of its powers. So it's like, oh, it's supposed to be kind of like a seductress. Triss. More like. Am I guaranteed to get one card I don't have in every deck? Oh, this is a legendary. Let's definitely look at that. Here, I'm gonna make it bigger though. Oh my god, look at all this text. When Obelisk of Unity enters the field, draw a card. Okay. And every turn you can tap it, and one of your wisdom levels is a level... Wait, one of your wisdom levels is a level in the aspect of your choice this turn. So I assume the aspect is what they call colors. So, basically... Interesting. How good is that? I don't know. I mean, it's got a... What is it called when you play it and it draws a card? That's... It's free value, really. And it's kind of cool. Every turn you can pretend one of your mana is a different color. That seems pretty decent. A little bit gimmicky, but I'm sure you could build something around that in a fun way. Foo. Nothing special. Let's pick out one guy. This looks like oh man. Can't think of it, but I love his. Is this a gnome? It's got to be a gnome. Yeah, there, gnome engineer. I love his little, very pointy. I guess it kind of looks like. Oh, you know who looks like this is? I don't know if everybody's gonna know, but it kind of looks like Bear Taffy. It's another YouTuber. That's probably not too many. Oh, look, this dude is a hero I actually crafted. He is what I based my drawing off of for my Spellweaver thumbnails. Pay 2 life and summon a Soul Raven. It's a really cool effect too. I also got another legendary that I already have 4 of for some reason. I think because it was in a deck, like a basic deck. Pay 2 life, summon a Soul Raven, which is pictured right here, onto the field at the end of the turn. If the enemy hero was dealt damage, put a Might emblem on every Soul Raven you have. It's pretty cool because it's kind of like it's a pretty basic spell and a pretty basic creature, but 2 mana for a Soul Raven, like looking at the stats, is not a bad deal anyways. And you do have to pay 2 life, but the fact that you kind of like can buff it up every turn, or every other turn, because it takes 2 turns for this to regenerate, it's pretty cool. You can get like a fleet of soul birds, and it's awesome. Oh, you have +1 rage level, and whenever you play a rage spell, draw a card. At the end of your turn, Burning Rage deals 1 damage to you. So this is a card, and this curses in this game stay on the field forever. So you put this down, and it acts as a 1 rage level, which is already pretty good. That's already something, you know, 2 mana to get a rage level, which is, I mean, okay, if you're watching this, if you care about this, I assume you know the rules of Spellweaver, so I'm not going to go too in depth. Whenever you play a rage spell, draw a card, and at the end of your turn, Burning Rage deals 1 damage to you. So this is something you would play in a burn deck, a deck that you care about ending the game as quickly as possible, because otherwise it's just no value for you if you don't care about that. I mean, who doesn't care about winning the game, though? I mean, come on. Burn decks are awesome. I don't play them, but they're awesome. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of this. I'll read him, even though he's a legendary. I have 4 of them, so I don't think he's like that uncommon, though. When Lord Karthus enters the field, destroy an enemy creature with attack 4 or less. Already pretty decent to have that effect on top of a minion already. And then also, whenever he destroys a creature, gain 2 life. The downside to him is not even the 4 mana cost, it's the fact that you need to put down 4 of these special colors, or whatever we call it, Dominion. What is it? Is this one Dominion or Corruption? I think it might be Dominion. I don't know. Purple. You need purple mana down. 4 purple mana levels. And that takes a long time, and a lot of times I find myself not even getting that many over the course of an entire game. It's not even 100% necessary. Foof, 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 foof. I love the flipping sounds. We got another one of these obelisks here. I love this art. I absolutely love this art. Man, I kind of want to make that like my Twitter icon. That's good. Boom, 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 boom. There's some satisfying sound. Ooh, I mostly play purple, so I'm surprised I don't have this card. Powerless Incarnates attack and HP are equal to the number of your mana crystals. The speed is equal to your Dominion level. Okay. So this is a pretty good card because it only requires 1 Dominion level, and it costs 3 mana. So it's going to be a 3/3 for sure. But the cool thing about this card is it doesn't lose value as the game goes on, even though it has 1 Dominion level. It only gains value. But it's gonna be pretty mediocre, good but mediocre with only 1 Dominion level, because 1 speed is pretty slow. But that's a cool card. I like it. I think that's probably, Blood Witch Harpy. This is I don't know, rare? A gold. Flying. At the start of each hero's turn, that hero sacrifices a level 1 creature. If he or she does that, the hero gains 1 mana. So you have a choice at the... Yeah, it looks like you have the choice at the beginning of every turn. So... that is an interesting card. It's a 2/3, 3 mana, 2 levels. Level 2. I don't know. At the start, I'm trying to think of what kind of deck that would work in. At the start of each hero's turn, you sacrifice a level 1 creature. I guess a deck where you're planning on having a lot of expendable level 1 creatures and hope that they don't. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got a hero. I'll look at that in a second. I just realized that this silver is uncommon and this grayish is common. Alright. I didn't even realize there was a silver. But okay, here's the hero. Enoch, the Steel Horror. So he's a corruption. Yeah, corruption. Sacrifice a creature. Creatures you control get +1 attack and +1 HP until the end of the turn. And you gain 1 life for each creature you control. As far as hero abilities go, that seems pretty good to me. I mean, 2 mana, level 2, can do it every other turn. Or, yeah, every 2 turns. That seems pretty decent to me. Once again, in a deck that you would probably put a Blood Witch Harpy into. So maybe that's something I'll have to look into. How are we doing for time? Oh my goodness. Opening up packs takes forever. Nothing really too special here. I'll look at Landslide. Put up to 2 creatures, artifacts, or spells on top of their owner's deck in any order. That's an expensive card. But, I mean, it's good removal. This is very expensive removal. Oh, dang it. Oh, man. I gotta look at the art on this guy. This is some cool art. Look at the colors they used here. Super cool. When Lightning Elemental enters the field, shock an enemy creature. What does shock do? I don't even know. A shocked creature gets exhausted and doesn't ready at the start of its next turn. Okay, so it's just... what is it? It taps a creature, and then it can't untap until the next turn. Fair enough. I mean, that's seems like a pretty decent card, too. Boop, 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 boop. Guardian of the Faithful. It's a gold, so I'll look at it. Flying when an attack is declared against you. Oh, this ruined me in my first episode. When an attack is declared against you, if 3 or more creatures are attacking, sacrifice this creature to destroy all of their creatures. This is good in theory it does suffer a bit from the fact that this effect is on the card, and the card has to be on the field. So they kind of know that this is coming. So it is good, but it's more of just like a deterrent. It keeps them from attacking with 3 creatures, which is good, but maybe not as good as it seems. Like, I got messed up by it because I didn't read the card before. So it doesn't look like you get a guarantee. Oh, maybe you do get a guaranteed gold. Thaumic Reflector. It's a contraption artifact. Choose an action card in your graveyard that was played this turn. Play it again without paying its cost. Wow. That seems like it could be valuable if you put a bunch of really expensive cards in your deck. Play it again without paying its cost. I mean, you're technically paying a 2 mana cost. That seems pretty cool. I'm sure if there's some expensive blue spells, or even, it doesn't have to be blue. Oh, Primordial Treant. Ooh, I love the art on this. This is a really well-designed kind of Treant. Because it doesn't, I think it's almost kind of cool how it doesn't really have a face. And I like the big old opening it has right in the middle, and the elf sitting in its chest. That's really cool. I love the art on a lot of these cards. Okay, so 2 mana, level 2, 3/3, 1 speed. So very slow, of course. 1 mana, put an elf you control under Primordial Treant. Put a Might emblem on Primordial Treant. When Primordial Treant leaves the field, return all elves under it onto the field. So basically, you're like, that's really interesting. So you're like treating the picture makes a lot of sense now. You're kind of treating the Treant like a vehicle to holster your elves for future use. That's pretty cool. Oh. Unbreakable Spirit. Whenever you are dealt damage, you may pay 1 mana. If you do, draw a card. Oh, it's a blessing. So just whenever, for the entire game. That seemed bad at first, but that seems really, really good now that I've read it. We got a hero, Hermelion, Hand of Justice, Tireless March, level 2, 3 mana, 3 speed. Ready all allied creatures and heal all damage from them. Go to your deploy phase. Deploy phase. Which one is the deploy phase in this game? So, I mean, it's a 2 mana, or 3 mana, level 2. So, that can't mean the beginning of your turn. Because that would be crazy. That seems pretty good. I'd have to look more into it to really figure things out. But yeah, we're gonna double time this now. We're gonna speed things up a little bit. I'll pick a card. Let's speed things up, and I go real slow. Steel Host. No. Oh, I like this one. Spoiled Aristocrat. I like it. Spoiled Aristocrat can't attack or block until you play another creature. I love the facial expression on this, and the effect just makes so much sense with the card. I think it's really well designed. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I know which art I'm going with. Look at that. That's so cool. Flying. When Dequisitive Spirit dies, draw a card. 2 mana, 1/1. It's all about the card draw, though, really. It's decent enough value. Foop. Oh. Antrio. Is this an angel? Ooh. See, this would be a really good one to get with that hero that we drew earlier that plays angels for cheap. Plays angels on the cheap. Flying, Lifebound. Other creatures you control are also Lifebound. Lifebound is, you gain 1 life for every point of damage dealt. So that's pretty dang good. And the fact that it's flying helps keep it alive. You pretty much have to kill it with spells. Sort of. Right? Yeah. Pretty much have to. Or defense. So that seems like a dang good card. Supplemented by the fact that it's expensive as, like, all get out, though. I love the art on it. I like the bright hair. Ooh, Bloodwell Matriarch. Start of your turn, get 1 energy. Energy is an interesting system in this game. I think it's cool. And it starts with 2 energy, but at the start of your turn, get 1. Tap it to play an action card with level 2 or less from the enemy hero's graveyard, using energy to pay its mana cost. So you can steal their spells if they're cheap. And instead of paying their mana cost, you pay this energy. Confusing, but cool. Confusing, very elaborate for a card, for one specific card, but also really, really, really neat. Fascinating, even. What a stupid way to say that. Oh, we got Hermelion again. Sanctum of the Void, also cool. I didn't think I had this. Gain a skill. It's a shrine, so it's mana. Skill: the enemy hero sacrifices a creature for a level 3, 2 mana. That'd be really, really good to have this skill later on. 2 mana for a reusable kill card. I mean, I guess the drawback is the 3 turn, really. It does take a long time. Whoop. Oh, I will look at that in just a moment. I just have to flip them all. Oh, look at that! It's a purple cat. Alright. Naiva, the Revered. Reverence. Of course the ability is Reverence. It's a level 3, 2 mana. Creature cards cost you 1 less to play this turn, to a minimum of 1. Whenever you play a creature card this turn, draw a card. To a minimum of 1, okay. Once again, that seems awesome to get later. I mean, because you have to get it later, or you have to do it later because it's a level 3. So it allows you to play a lot more creatures on your turn. But you only really get good value if you play, you get really good value if you play 2 creatures. Play the spell and then 2 creatures. That's kind of cool. So I guess maybe green decks aren't about big creatures in this. Maybe they're about having a whole bunch of elves. That's what it seems like. Word of Pain. Oh. He almost doesn't look like he hates this. He almost looks like he's, I don't know. Whatever. Word of Pain deals 1 damage to the enemy hero for each of your corruption levels, and you gain that much life, and you draw a card. What? Really? This seems like a really, really good card. I mean, health isn't that huge, really, but the fact that, if you play this with one corruption level, it's still 2 mana, and it offsets your health against your opponents by 1, and you draw a card. That's really good value. That's really good value. And not to mention, if you have like 3 corruption levels, it's really, really gonna make a big difference too. Once again, I gotta go with that art. What's this? Force Wielder. Supports, so it can attack. Pay up to 4 mana. An ally card gains that much energy. Is that the energy symbol? Yeah, that's the energy symbol. Okay. So it's kind of like a battery card. It buffs up other people instead of doing the dirty work itself. Anything special? Looking like a nothing here. As for art, I've got to go with this. No. Oh, look at the mouth on that. Is that supposed to be, was that a rat? Oh, I'm going with this. God, that's terrifying. That's nightmare fuel. For sure. Oh, look at that. I want to be this guy. I want this to be my hero. Sunchaser, alright, has +2 speed this combat. For only 1 energy? That seems pretty good. The huge drawback here is it's a level 3. But a 4/4 that can have maximum speed is scary. It's very scary. It seems like a good card, especially with one of those battery cards that can buff up the... Oh, what's this say over here? Oh, no, okay, never mind. Yeah, just with a nice battery card. I love the art on it, though. It's a lion with antlers. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be fewer and fewer decks. I'm just gonna skip this one. Fewer and fewer decks or packs that have new cards in them as we go on. Because there's not a ton of cards in the game yet. Let's look at this one. Flesh Sculptor. Whenever another non-summoned creature you control dies, summon a zombie. Okay. So basically, whenever any of your creatures die, excluding like these zombies that it summons, you get a zombie. So that seems fantastic. I mean, it'd be absolutely broken if it worked with these summoned creatures as well. So I'm glad that they put in that stipulation, because that's a cool card. It's a cool way to keep a bunch of zombies on the field. Oh, look at that. Grand Inst. Ooh, I love the art on it too. Is there any art that I like more? Oh, it looked like she wasn't even holding the bow. Oh, I love this. These are like, I love these cards right here. And there's Bear Taffy, and there's Crazy Mouth. All right, Grand Institute. You have +1 wisdom level this turn. That for okay. It's a shrine. It's a shrine. Duh. So that is an awesome skill. You play 1 mana and get the skill, and then wow. Well, okay, it's not as awesome as I thought, but it's still good. Like, cause you need 1 to play it. No, it seems pretty good. It allows you to play bigger creatures quicker. This could be really, really interesting with that artifact before that changes the color of one of your levels. I could see playing a good multicolor deck with that. Like, getting big creatures out pretty early that way. Ooh, I love the art on that guy. That's some cool art. I'm a sucker for flame swords. Like, I want a flame sword. Oh. This is like, we got somebody earlier who was in the corruption. No, he was purple. He was the Dominion. He was a Dominion guy who reminds me a lot of this. Flameborn Incarnates attack and HP are equal to the level of the enemy hero. Oh. It doesn't seem as good. I like how they shortened end of turn to Eoth. 1 mana, and it gets an extra attack. This one doesn't seem as good as the other one, to me. But I guess it also makes more sense. It does make more sense in a red deck, because it's a little bit. You can spend the mana later and get a bunch of damage off, potentially. All right. Oh, we're over halfway done. Path to Transcendence. I will surely look at that in just 1 moment. Anything else cool? Elven Sanctuary. I like the art on that. It reminds me of it reminds me of elves. Now if you control, gets +1 attack, +2 HP till the end of turn. That's a really good effect for a land to give, or from a shrine to give. Path to Transcendence. At the end of your turn, you may put a creature you control underneath Path to Transcendence. When Path leaves the field, return all creatures under it to the field exhausted under your control. And put a Might emblem on each of them. At the end of your turn, you may put a creature... Hold on. Ooh, and... Why isn't this capitalized? That seems a bit... Minor gripes. Okay, 1 mana, sacrifice Path to draw a card. Alright, so this seems like a good card. It took me a little bit. At the end of your turn, every single turn, you can put one of your creatures, you can basically save one of your creatures underneath it for later. And when this card goes away, so either when you sacrifice it or they delete it, you can put everybody back and they're buffed up. So that's kind of cool. You can, if you have a turn where you know that your creatures are going to die, you can put it right under this Path to Transcendence, and you can bring them back even stronger. I like that a lot. That's a very interesting card. Some of these cards can get pretty complex in a good way. I like some complex. Oh no, look at this art. Oh god. 2 mana, 1 level, 4/4. What? When 1 or more enemy creatures with level 2 or less enter the field, sacrifice Jungle Death Trap. And if you do, destroy those creatures. Okay. I fail to see a big downside to this. I fail to see any downside to this card. You play this card and it's a 4/4. I mean the only downside I see is that it's slow. But 2 mana, level 1. What is it supposed to be a downside that if they play their creatures, you get an even trade? I don't know. That seems like a really good card. Oh no! I skipped one. I'll buy another one when we finish just to see it. Word of knowledge. Draw a card for each of your wisdom levels, then discard that many cards. Draw a card for each. I mean, it's basically oh, and draw a card. It's basically a mulligan, like a win-win mulligan. That seems really good. And you don't like your hand, you get a new one, +1. Like that. That's an awesome card too. There's a lot of really good really good card draw cards in here. I like that ship right here. Who's? Oh, I thought they were pulling the Titanic on there. I was like, really? Ooh, I love the art on this. It looks like, is that hair or is that like poisonous gas? Either way. I love how you can't really even tell. Oh, 3-man. Oh, this is the green version. Life Force Incarnate's attack and HP are equal to the number of creatures you control. Is this an elf? No. At the start of your turn, you may return a random creature card from your graveyard to your hand. This seems like the best of the 3, and it seems like it works the best in the green decks. Especially because you can, at the start of your turn, as long as this is alive, you can get a cheap, like an elf or something, and put it in your hand. And play it. And I wonder if, like, saving them under trees, I'm very interested in green decks now for this game. I wonder how this works with, like, saving creatures under the tree ant. Man, that's an awesome card all around, through and through. The art, the abilities, the value. It seems like an awesome card. Boop, 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 boop. Elf Scout, one mana, 1/1, super speedy. Like this would be a nice card to get for the other one. Nothing of huge value here. Let's just move on so we can keep this video under an hour. Nothing huge. I guess I'll look at this real quick. I already know what this does. Deadly, but when it enters the field, move 2 enemy creatures onto the support line. It makes it, well, deadly for one is when you deal damage to something, it dies, no matter what. Seems kind of like it doesn't matter when the creature already has a 6/6 stat distribution, so deadly seems kind of pointless on it, really, but maybe not. I mean, it's not pointless, but it's not the best ability. But when Dread Knight enters the field, move 2 enemy creatures so they cannot block, or so they cannot, so they can't block, basically. It's a cool card, I like it. But the deadly does seem like, you know, wasted value. And that's not like that's not me, right, like harping on the developers. That's me saying I wouldn't put that in my deck. I don't think, even though it is in my deck. But that's because my deck is my corruption deck is the standard deck. Once again, nothing too huge. Our big card for that pack was the same exact one. Oh. Alright. Oh, yeah, this is, I got 2 of these now. That's cool. Let's look at some art. Oh, that's real nice. Looks like a Morphling. But a little bit fiery. But I guess that's Frost? It's blue fire. It's blue Frost. When it enters the field, freeze an enemy creature. Freeze works different in this game than a lot of other games. When a frozen creature gets hit, it dies immediately. So that's pretty cool. And I don't know if there's a way to get rid of the freeze effect. So it's not quite a kill card, but it's a 0.5 kill card. It's an almost kill card. Let's look at this one. Word of Fire deals 1 damage to an enemy creature for each of your rage levels and draw a card. This is an awesome deck, or awesome card for a burn deck. Because It deals damage, at least one damage directly for 2 mana, and you can replace it with potentially another Word of Fire. Seems like a really nice card. Oh. Ooh, nope. We already looked at that. Let's look at this Nightmare Fuel. Look at the top 5 cards of the enemy hero's deck. You may select a creature card from them and play that card, but you have to pay the card's mana cost. Put the rest back in any order. Do you get to pick the order? If you get to pick the order, that's kind of preposterous. But okay, what happens if you don't have the mana costs for the creature? Do you still get to put them back in any order? That seems really, really, really good. I don't have that in my deck. Why don't I? Alright. Oh, look at that! Venerated Unicorn. Venerated? I don't know. That would not be a fun horn to get hit by. When the unicorn enters the field, I don't want to say that word again, you may destroy a spell. Oh, I haven't seen very many spell-destroying cards, so there's one. I love the art on it. It's very nice. Sleep. Sleep. Attached to a creature. Creature is sleepy. Creature's speed is 0 and it can't... Activated powers can't be used. At the start of your turn, play 1. If you can't, sacrifice sleep. Huh. Oh, okay. I think somebody played this card against me and I didn't understand that. So basically, it'll expire after a turn, or you can refresh it with a mana battery. I think the energy mechanic is very cool. I'm really tempted to make a blue deck too. Opening all these packs is really making me wanna play this more even. Oh man, Spellweaver team, you did a good job. At the start of your turn, +1 energy. Whenever Dust Titan gains energy, put a Might Emblem on it. 2 energy to shock an enemy creature. Very expensive, but also very game-changing. Especially with like a battery, I'm sure. But oh yeah, whenever it gains energy, put a Might Emblem on it. So every single turn it gets +1/+1. And you can shock enemy creatures. This is a good game changer card. I think that card, that Dust Titan, can really make an effect. I gotta look at the art on this. That's neat. I love the a lot of the blue cards, or some of the blue cards, have these like rainbow palettes on them that I find really cool. Not a lot of people use those rainbow palettes. Well, I mean, I guess because a lot of times rainbow palettes don't work. Electric Orite. 1 energy, Electric Orite has +2 attack. This is a green card. That's almost kind of weird. Yeah, one energy, Electric Orite has +2 attack until the end of the turn. So if you put a mana battery, like you buff up this energy, could you get it to have like 10 attack? Or something crazy? Maybe. Interesting that it's a green card. It'd be kind of fun to make a multicolored deck with like a blue-green. Oh man, are we not getting any more rare cards? Or on cards we haven't had before? Word of Grace. Gain 2 life for each of your order levels and draw a card. Once again, there's quite a few like of these cards that are no-brainer values. The game does like to emphasize like these draw cards and getting mana, like so you don't have nothing to do. They hate it when you have nothing to do on your turn. And I think that's a good thing. I like this. Oh, I love that puppy. Range: when the elf tracker enters the field, put a target emblem on an enemy creature. When you deal combat damage to a creature with a target emblem, they're destroyed. So it's kind of like deadly, but only kind of. It's deadly, but once. And it has range, so it gets first strike. This seems like a really nice... It seems like a really nice card. It would be extra good if it had Swift. So it could attack the turns played, but still, that seems really nice. It's like it's a really cheap, deadly card. I imagine it works very well with other elves. Let's look at DD's plot. Oh, I love that. That looks like Lord Farquaad mixed with Doctor Strange. Select an enemy creature and sacrifice one of your creatures. Destroy the enemy creature. Creature. Select an enemy. Okay, let me look at this. Select an enemy creature. Sacrifice one of your creatures. Destroy the enemy creature. Okay, why can't it just say destroy an enemy creature, destroy one of your creatures? You have to. Like, just, I don't know. Seems a little bit extra complicated in the wording department. Yeah, we're not getting, like, anything new. I love Lizard Barbarian. I love the way it looks. Cannot block, but whenever it attacks, it turns into a 2/2, basically. That's pretty cool. It's, oops. It's a very red card. There's Jungle Death Trap again. Creepy as hell. It's a very red card. Just very aggressive. No defense. Flip. Do I have one of every card? That's impossible. There is, I will say, there is a pack that you can buy with gems. I'm not sure how to get them. It might be the real money currency, so I don't know. But maybe there's another way to get them. And there is packs you can buy that guaranteed have cards that you don't own. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice feature. Let's look at this. This is really good looking. Flying. When Mescation Phoenix? I don't know. Dies, if it has 3 or more energy, return it to the field with 0. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thought. Very expensive. Flying. 3 mana. Yeah, 3 mana, level 3, 3 speed, 3/3 attack defense. I don't know. That seems really expensive. Like, and you're not guaranteed to have it come back more than once. Coming back once is a pretty good value, but I think it's kind of expensive. Really good art though. It would not fit into a definitely not fit into a regular style red deck, because that's way too slow. But maybe there's probably a multicolored deck somewhere. Oh, we got a new card! There's probably a multicolored deck somewhere that it would work great in. Word of Power. I love how his hands are going straight up. He's like, I don't care. Just like, I love that. 2 mana, level 1. Each hero gains an empty mana crystal for each one of your Dominion levels. Draw a card. Okay. Gains an empty mana crystal. So that's just saying, like, I'm ready to get to late game if you are. That's why he's throwing his hands up in the air. He's just, I'm ready if you are. Bring it on, chump. That's what he's doing. Boom, boom, boom. Anything special? Guy who likes being zapped, I guess. Nothing special. I'm gonna have a whole slew of cards to build a deck out of, though. I like Tornado Outbreak. Oh, the one on the right looks like they were playing the piano when they were shocked. I can't tell if it's a guy or girl. Doesn't matter. And this person is just... The one on the left just looks annoyed more than anything. It's really cool, though. Return a creature to its owner's hand. Oh, man. I love it. 3 more packs, and then I'm going to buy one to make up for the one I accidentally skipped. So I technically opened 61. Oh! Dark Portal. This isn't Azeroth. 2 mana, 1 level. Demon cards cost 1 less to play. How many demon cards are there? I think there's a kind of a significant amount of demon cards. So you could probably make a demon deck. At the start of your turn, Dark Portal gains 1 energy, and you lose life equal to its energy. Then search your deck for a demon card with a level less than or equal to the number, and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. Are you kidding me? Wait a second, what? At the start of your turn, so this is kind of like it's a black deck that you gotta play a lot of demons quickly, but they're cheaper. But you really have to bank on getting them out quickly because it goes up to 1 energy and you take 1 damage after your first turn. 2 energy, you take 2 damage the next turn. But you can also get a level 2 creature for free. But you don't even get to play them. You put it in your hand. I don't know. But they cost less. Oh god, there's so many positives and drawbacks. This is a game-changing card. This is a card that you put down if you really want to dictate how the game is going to go. It speeds things up like crazy for you, but at a pretty big loss. Another thing to consider is you can have multiple of these on the field, I'm sure. So you could really speed the game up. That is a very, very cool card. I love cards like that are super, almost overcomplicated, but, They really do change the way the game is played. I love that a lot. Because then there's also, like a simple card. Like this. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with this card. This card needs to exist for the other ones to seem cool. But at the end of your turn, ready, Knight Escort. Like, that's something, you're like, I get it. I get it. I understand it immediately. Oh, we opened 60. We didn't look at 60, but we opened 60. Alright. Nienna, legendary storyteller. Legendary creature support, so it can attack. Play with the top card of your deck revealed. If it is an elf, you may play that card as if it were in your hand. What? Okay. I mean, I understand it, but I'm trying to... What situation... It's basically increasing your hand size by 1. But only kind of? Because it's only increasing your hand size if it's an elf. This doesn't seem that great. Or maybe it's really good. I don't know. I mean, because elf decks probably rely a lot on having elves. And if you don't have an elf, that would stink. Alright, let's go to the marketplace and buy 1 more pack to make up for my boo-boo. Boop. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Final pack. Anything new? If not, we're gonna pick the winning artwork. Oh, I like the artwork on that. I think that's my... that one's pretty cool too. There's him. But I think we're gonna go with this. I love the pieces on the board. I love the art. This one wins. This pack. Best card ever. Because of that. Other soldiers on the same line as Master Tactician have +1 attack and +1 HP. That seems like a really, really solid card. I like it a lot. Alright. Well, we opened 60 packs. 61 packs, I guess. But, well, now I guess I'll say... Those of you who waited till the end or skipped to the end, this is how you get entered for, I think it's 100,000 gold in each code. Basically, the only requirement is be subscribed to the channel and comment. The end. That's it. If you do that, I'll send you a message through my list of subscriber things. And if you're not on the list of subscribers, I'm gonna pick the next person. It's not gonna be quickest. I'm just gonna wait until I'm gonna wait a few days or something, and then I'll use a little randomizer and pick a bunch of winners for you guys. Thanks again to the developers of Spellweaver and the team behind it, and for supplying this video. I mean, it's sponsored, but I in a way, like they did support this, but I definitely made my impressions on it. That's why you saw me record my first videos before I opened the packs, because I wanted to form my opinions before that. So this is, I'm not being paid with cards to say anything in specific about the game. I love Magic the Gathering, and this game's pretty similar to it, although I'm not really a fan of too many of the Magic the Gathering actual games. So this kind of fills that void pretty well. I recommend it if you like more complicated card games that you have to think a little bit harder. Yeah, that about does it for this video. Oh my god, I spent like an hour. That's okay. Thank everybody for watching, though. Check out my channel. I have Spellweaver videos. I have other card games. I have RPGs, all kinds of stuff. Go check that out if you're new here. If you're not, thank you for watching also. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. See you next time.